What are we here for? Call of Duty Vanguard, mate. What a gig to
Right,
land.
right. It's a
Shit.
big one. It's a big one.
I thought Rainbow
Yeah.
Six was a good one, but man, this is
Well,
awesome,
it
man.
was. It was.
Well, it was, yeah.
I mean,
No.
it is a slightly. It's a different. Obviously, it's a different. A slightly different situation where this is a full campaign. I did for Siege. I did
You did the voice,
some
yeah.
the voice work, and I did some PCAP for SI 2020. But this is, it's a full campaign. It's a full narrative story going through the whole thing, which is
Hmm.
incredible and awesome character who I love. Riggs is, he's just great.
Oh, Riggs was awesome, and I've been uploading the sort of the Aussie slang,
Yep.
uh, and it's gaining a bit of traction on the old YouTubes. And
Nice. I think I might have seen that video.
have you?
I think I did. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I've watched it all. My
Because
picture's going funny on YouTube.
yeah,
Half,
it's
half my
coming.
face
It's
is just-
coming.
That's all right.
Guys, this is
I
an
love
audio
it.
only until I fix
Guys,
it.
this is an audio only interview. Just
It's-
so you know, I'm going to have some chocolate because you can't see my mouth right now. So
Until I
There we
fix
go.
it, it's audio only.
I love it.
Oh man, I'm so sorry, man. You got to
No,
bear
it's all
with
good.
me, mate.
It's all good.
So how did it all come about, mate? The
Um,
role.
Well, I mean, pretty much all the big jobs I've done, it's the same process of you either get approached or your reps approach a casting director who's casting for a project. A brief will go out, and then every man and his dog tries to get an audition and puts down a tape, especially in today's COVID climate. Most first round auditions will be on tape, and
So this was on tape?
Yeah, I was in Australia when I
Oh,
first
wow.
read for this.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That probably eases the pressure for you, doesn't it? Because you don't have all the execs or whoever like in the room. Does that make it easier?
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still there on a Zoom call, but I think being in your own space, not walking into a foreign space where you're not, you might not know where the setup is, and like just as a little example, a lot of actors have a preferred side of their face that they like to be shot on, and I do.
What's yours?
I like mine's this side. I don't like being on this angle. I just don't like it.
Interesting.
Not as bad, but it's just you just know that certain angles will make you look better on camera and what have you. And
Okay.
I know when I walk into a casting room and they've got the camera on the wrong side, I'm like, oh. And it's not because it's going to really, it shouldn't affect my performance at all.
Yeah.
You just, you want to paint yourself in the best light. And,
Yeah.
and that's just a tiny little example that could throw some people off. And yeah, you just, you might not know what the lighting's like. You might have a bad reader. Or you might have a great reader and the energy in the room might be fantastic. You might go in at 10 a.m. in the morning and everyone's fresh and they're excited. If you're doing an in-person one, or you might go in the evening when everyone's super tired and over it. And there's just this dead energy. I've had that before too. Whereas
That's pretty unlucky, isn't it? When that happens.
yeah, I mean, it's all part of it. But yeah, I've had it happen where you just walk and you're like, oh, nobody wants to be here. And they don't want to be doing this right now. They're tired. It's Friday night. It's 5:30. That
So
and then you have the other times when you walk in and everyone's just vibing. And
yeah.
but at least if you're doing it, via Zoom or on tape, you're in your environment and you can do a lot of things to bolster that up, and you can control a lot of the things that might not be in your control if you're in the room in person.
So how did that audition go? Did you feel confident after it? Or were you a
I
bit
was
iffy?
really happy.
Yeah.
No, I was really, really happy with the work I did on that. I mean, I've found, I've been at this a long time now, and I've really found that characters that I'm familiar with, and that I like and that are well written and that I feel I'm, suitable for, I feel very comfortable doing those auditions. It's when it's a job that you're like, I don't feel like I'm the right person for this character, or that's when I found it challenging. But Riggs, you know, it was one of those situations where even down to his name,
Yeah.
I was like, this. I'm supposed to have this job from day one. I've just felt a connection with it. You know, Lethal Weapon was one of my favorite franchises growing up, and you know, Mel Gibson's character's name was Riggs, Martin Riggs. I always felt a connection with that, and this character's name's Riggs, and I'm like, this is meant to be.
It's meant to be.
That being said, I felt that way before, and it hasn't been meant to be. You know, so
yeah.
But yeah, I found the material was so well written for this.
Wasn't it?
Right.
They got all the Aussie slang right. I know that. Did you have input on that or not?
They were really open. The creative team and the writers were really. I mean, their base material was just second to none. And you know, I've said this in a few interviews. They're one of the best creative teams I've ever worked with. It was just such a joy to work with people who were so skilled, and the writing staff. You know, they wrote a lot of Australian colloquialisms and
Drongo, mate.
Drongo. You know, most of them were on point. I would never say Drongo.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever called anyone a Drongo in my life, but my uncle does.
Yeah.
You know, and he's of that era. And the other cool thing was they were very, you know, open to me. They checked in with any kind of Australianisms. They said, look, if there's anything in here that you know think is bullshit or that an Aussie wouldn't say, let us know. You know, and they were really accommodating with that, and not only accommodating, but they had a real commitment to getting it right. They really wanted to do, you know, the character justice, and that was nice having the freedom in terms of the actual dialogue. I don't think I really changed anything. It's kind of perfect the way it was. So if it ain't broke, don't fuck with it, you know?
Yeah. I think we're looking good now, guys. It took 10 minutes to get the tech issues. There you are there on the screen.
Oh,
you see your beautiful face? You like this?
Yeah, you're like Letterman up there.
Yeah, you like it?
Glorious. I love it. I love it.
Mate, no, it is a pleasure to have you, man. I've only ever had one other Aussie on the show, and I've had like 100 guests.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
I've had Troy Baker, I've had Kevin Conroy, I've had Jennifer Hale.
Big boys and girls.
Yeah. And
wow.
The only other Aussie is from Modern Warfare. I don't know if you know her, Claudia DeMitt. That's the only other Aussie I've had.
I haven't met Claudia, no.
She's in Warzone as Farah.
Oh, is she an Aussie?
She's an Aussie, yeah.
She's incredible.
Yeah.
The young Farah had one of the best segments in Modern Warfare in the campaign. It was incredible. You know, when you got to chop the Achilles. Oh, yeah. I'm obsessed.
Nice.
This game's got me obsessed with COD. It's terrible. I play it.
Oh, really?
Much. Yeah, I love it. I got a squad actually of ex-Neighbours stars who I play with every Friday.
Neighbours is in the show, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever join in my team, you'll see Sam
Would
Clark.
I know them?
Sam Clark was, what was his character's name? He dated Margot Robbie on the show.
Oh, wow.
What was his character's name? Can't remember. Tim Phillips played Scott and Charlene's son.
Tim Phillips was in the Dunes, yeah?
Yep. He was my co-star in the Dunes, and he also played Dante in DMC Devil May Cry.
That's right. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
We actually, oh mate, he's great. We actually moved out here together, and at the same time, and wow. He's back in Australia now. He's working back there, but yeah. And then the other one's Ben Nicholas, who played I think Tadpole. I think it was Tadpole on Neighbours years ago. Remember there was like tadpole, toadfish, stonefish. There was all these different like weird fishes.
You're pushing my knowledge now, but
anyway, yeah.
I couldn't believe when I saw that you were in Neighbours and Stingers and Blue Healers. This doesn't mean anything to the half the people watching, but in Australia, these are classic shows.
Like, I know. Do you know the Instagram account Brown Cardigan?
What is it? Let me look it up.
So, guys, Brown Cardigan, for anyone that's live with us right now, it's an Instagram account of very Aussies doing very
Ah,
Aussie things.
yeah.
Not always good things. They're just very loose.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they actually, I couldn't believe it. They actually posted one day. They posted my scene from Blue Healers when I was
Oh,
playing
really?
I was playing a speed addict, and but I turned it into a comedy scene. Anyway, they posted it on there, which I thought was hilarious. That was my claim to
Oh, I
fame.
need to see this now. I'm gonna go digging after the
Oh,
show.
do it.
Now, I hope you all guys have beaten the campaign, because we are going to get into it a little bit. I think I've beaten it 3 times already. Have you beaten it, Martin?
Are you serious? No.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I've just started. I don't know if we want to do any spoilers in here, but I've just started Riggs's part of the campaign when Hams takes the explosive device out of his hands. I've just finished that level, so I've been trying to stream it for all the people who have sort of supported my journey on the game.
You need to get it on YouTube. Lucas Rig actor plays his level, something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. I'll definitely do it.
That's Nikolai plays Des. Yeah, he's a good friend of yours, isn't he?
Yeah, I've known Nico for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Me, him, Tim Phillips, we were with the same agent originally. I'm pretty sure that's how we met. And then, Nico and I lived in the same apartment complex in Australia.
Wow.
And our paths have just crossed so many times.
So by coincidence, you're both in this game as like best friends in the game as well.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy.
I know. And he's great. He's a very, very talented actor, and he's just a sweetheart of a guy.
He was really funny in this. I don't know.
He's great.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because when I had auditioned for the part, I was playing Riggs more like that, really sort of loose and a bit nutty. And then we got on set to do,
and he out-nutted you.
He just went there like he was already, we started the scene and he was already there, and I went, all right, well, maybe I need to pull back a little bit to have a bit of contrast. But I thought we had a great dynamic, and as I said, he's a super cool guy. He's doing great. He's getting lots of great jobs.
Alexian here says, I want to know, does Lucas Riggs get a chance to eat Lamingtons for a week after that last mission?
I mean, I don't know if I can comment on that. I can tell you I certainly do. It's a great line.
Because, in the description of the character, it said he was a sheep shearer. He loves eating lamingtons and playing cards. That's on the that's on the bio. Does that check out with you as well?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I've never shorn a sheep, but I've worn woolen. I've worn woolen socks before, so that's not far off. But yeah, I love it. For anyone who doesn't know what a lamington is, it's an Australian. Would you call it like a cake or a dessert?
Yeah,
and it's basically like a sponge cake, and if they're done right, they're sliced in half. They're like a little square block, and they're sliced in half, and there's a layer of jam. In America, we call it Jello, like raspberry jam.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like dipped in this chocolate sauce, but not too thick, just the perfect amount, and then rolled in coconut flakes.
You're selling this, man. You are really
Mate, lamingtons are good. Oh.
You sound like you missed them.
Oh, well, I do. I mean, growing up, I was a little candy head. I was a chubby little teenager who I loved my cakes and desserts and chocolate. And, as I've kind of moved into the industry that I have to really restrict. I'm on my like tiny little pieces of 85% cacao chocolate and.
Oh no, you're one of those now, are you?
Yeah. I have to admit I am.
In the gym every day, yeah.
Every day, yeah. But the lamingtons, I still love them. And at Christmas, I'll have a slice of pavlova and some lamingtons.
Will you be down here for Christmas, or are you going to be up in the States?
Actually, I think later today I need to look at booking flights. I've got, I think I'm going to be at Comic-Con in Melbourne.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
When's
the plan.
that happening?
10th and 11th, I think it is, of December.
December, yeah.
Yep. And then on the evening of the 11th, for anyone that's in Melbourne, the Dunes, my film. I'd love for you. Are you in Melbourne?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
I would love for you to come. They're having the Australian premiere at Monster Fest at Cinema Nova in Carlton.
Oh, sounds
8:30
great.
p.m. Yeah, so pardon me, you can get tickets now for anyone that wants to come and check out the movie. But I really need to get back for that, and I want to just visit family, see my dad, and hopefully spend Christmas with him, which would be great.
Yeah, you have any other brothers or sisters, or just you?
No, just me.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly how I wanted it.
Kicking it down in the Mornington Peninsula, yeah?
Yeah,
you are close to me, actually.
Oh,
without giving it away.
You're down there? Somewhere down that area?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
near...
we can talk. We can talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm close.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I love it down there. It's such a beautiful area.
Yeah, I love it too. Dog Boy, Dan, you're the GOAT, brah. Thank you, Dog Boy. Northern Nerdcast, congrats on being a part of a massive game series, Martin.
Thank you.
It's literally probably the biggest you can be a part of, nearly.
I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, in terms of like shooters, FPS, I'd say, yeah.
There's not many bigger.
You know, it's a super juggernaut. It's a really, it's a real privilege, to be included in such a significant way,
And I would say you might even be one of the first leading Aussies in a game ever. Like, there's not like I really enjoyed those missions because there's not often I get to play as an Aussie.
No, oh my god, fucking sorry. I just got back from the hairdresser and I don't even know what's going on. It's out of control. I'm trying to fix it. No, well, you're right. I mean, I'd taken a big step away from actually playing games for probably the last 10 years, and since getting back into it, I've obviously been doing voice work in quite a few games now, and I've just gone head first into gaming, and I just love it, and it. I think the fact now that you can be a performer in video games, and to me it feels just as legit as if you're doing it in movies or television. It's just amazing. So, yeah, mate, I don't know. I'm sure there's other Aussie actors that have. Maybe not. I don't know. I need to.
No, seriously, there is. I mean, I've played a lot of games, mate. I do this for a living, and I'm telling you now, man. There's not many. So really, really well done.
Thank you. I feel really. I'm incredibly grateful to the team at Sledgehammer and everyone behind COD.
You must be proud.
Yeah, I am. It's been a long career, and I've been grinding for a long time. So it's nice that it's going well and it's all on track. And
how did you enjoy the volume? Was that your first? Oh, that was your second time in the volume.
Second time on the volume. Yeah. I like it. There's a few aspects about working on a volume that I love. One of them's that it is a very controlled environment. You're not hindered by light or weather in general.
I didn't think of that, actually.
Yeah, it's filming's always an interesting thing. Like, especially if you're doing exteriors, you've got to take into allowance, where the sun is in the sky to match scenes. If it rains. Good luck
filming in Melbourne.
Yeah, so, and then you've got sound issues if when you're doing exteriors.
Yep.
But being on the volume for the most part, it's very controlled sound. Only occasionally, I think, something outside. We're in Los Angeles after all, so occasionally something outside makes its way in there, and you got to ready to take. But for the most part, it's great, and you're warm. You're in your funny little wetsuit looking things with the bubbles all over. A
little bit too tight for your liking, or what?
Mine was comfy, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got lucky.
Mine was a good fit. I had the right size shoes, and I have to admit, I always felt a little naked in terms of because you got to shave your face to get all the PCAP dots painted on.
No beard.
And I don't like being cleanly shaven.
Me either, mate.
I feel very exposed and vulnerable.
When I shaved it once for this show, everyone said, "What have you done? Who is this man? Who's this imposter?"
Right.
Oh,
the only advantage to it for me is it gets rid of some of the silvers, but whatever, I'm getting used to them now.
Yeah. What's it like working with Laura Bailey and the crew, Derek?
Mate,
I mean, she's got to be. She's like royalty.
Yeah, I mean, I think, Chike says it best. He plays Arthur Kingsley. He's like, Laura's like the Meryl Streep of gaming, and mate, she's not far off. I tell you what, she's so talented, and she's such a sweet person, and she just got a good. I mean, the whole cast did all the core cast were very generous performers. There was no egos on the volume. Everyone was really supportive and had a really common goal. And I think that when you're working with people of that caliber, because they've all done a lot of stuff, they're there for a common purpose. And then when you add really good material to it, you're juiced about it. You just want to do the best work you can and do the project justice.
I didn't even know that was Dom who played that German character. I forgot the name now. Richter. Yeah. It looked like him, but I didn't know it was him because of the voice. Yeah. So and not only was I surprised with him, but the main villain, Freisinger, Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
What a performance! That was menacing.
Mate, that guy. Working, I'm not kidding. Like some of the questions I've been asked, what was your favorite experience? But there was the scene when we'd all been captured, and he had his moment, and it was one of the most rewarding performance experiences that I've ever had. With just watching him work, that guy, he's on another level.
He's so talented,
great.
Man. I can tell.
But also I think having that character, that scene, it was like
he had it all there.
To create just something that I was just sitting there going, this is like, it's like going to the best piece of theater and you're in the front row, but then you're also in the cast.
Yeah,
this is everything. This is just the best.
Hold on, did you have a scene with him? You did at the end. No spoilers.
Right. Yes. No spoilers. But he's great. And yeah, Dom was amazing. I'll cherish the scene I'm talking about with him.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. Were there any laughs when you did that, or were you pretty cool?
When we weren't performing, he's a really funny guy.
Yeah.
He made me chuckle on many an occasion.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. I'll get some of these questions. Some people that have here. Ashley, how does it feel being on performance capture again since you played Sipes in Infinite Warfare? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the character that got knocked off in the first 10 minutes in Infinite Warfare?
I believe he was. Yeah, to be honest, that was like my first gaming job. And
wow!
I didn't know who I was. I didn't know anything about it.
Was it voice or was it?
It was voice. So that was just voice work. So I wasn't on the volume for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it being back on the volume, like the last time I did it was up with the team in Montreal, and it's just great, It takes a little bit of getting used to. The first time I was on there, you've got to do all your different poses when you check in and check off, but once you've kind of got that stuff down, you can just focus on your performance, and I don't find it that different to being on set, No, especially like, if you're working in a studio on set, it's still it's a set. It looks pretty close to real, but it's still a set. So unless you're actually like, I did a film, one of the first films I did, Forbidden Ground, I was actually in mud puddles and shooting blanks and there are explosions going off all around us. Like that definitely feels a little bit more real, or you have to use your imagination a little bit less. But yeah, I mean, it's the environment's there, and I think when it goes back to who you're working with. If you create a feeling of this is a real situation, even if it's on a volume, it feels real. That's your job, is to get yourself in a place where you're there.
Well, a lot of a lot of actors I've spoken to, they always say about PCAP is that it's a lot like theatre. And, you can do the whole scene in one take, and instead of having those technical, those issues where you'll do one part of the scene and then move to another camera angle or something. You know what I mean? You have to just do the whole thing.
You have to. It's very much like theatre. Like, you got to get it, and every actor has to get it right.
Yeah.
For that take, because you're getting shot from every angle, and clipping those, if there's a mistake, to clip two different takes together becomes, very arduous and expensive. So you can't screw around. You got to be on the ball.
What impressed you most about the whole experience besides the writing?
Honestly, watching the way Sledgehammer pulled together that production in the middle of a pandemic with everything going against them was they had it so covered. And being a filmmaker, I know on a much smaller scale, I know how difficult pulling together a production is. It's
almost impossible.
It's almost impossible. It's like,
it barely comes together every time.
And watching them do it and do it so well. I hope one day, my own productions, that I can do things like that. Like, it was just a super impressive feat. But everyone involved, from the cast to JB, the director, everyone had to be on their A game. Because of COVID, there wasn't the luxury of having any mistakes. One person gets COVID, the whole thing gets shut down. So, that's probably what I was most impressed with.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that. It was, right in the middle of the pandemic. I'm guessing you would have shot this 2020?
What year is it now? 2021.
Yeah.
2021. I flew back from Australia and started, I think, February.
Oh, so this year?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
I don't know how they did that then. That's insane.
It was so many, I don't know exactly how many people were involved. I'm guessing in thousands.
Yeah.
But, a lot of them would have been working from home, I'm sure. And it honestly is miraculous, just how well they did and that they delivered.
I wonder if they had the actual level design already created before you guys came in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure that, the game would have been in production for a lot longer than before I came.
Yeah.
So, I don't know exactly how all the behind the scenes work, but I would say it's, I was one of the latter parts, I would guess.
Manif says, didn't know Martin voiced Mozzie in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, that game, man, I got to say, when it first came out, I was a little bit disappointed. I wasn't fully in. And then just over time, man, they just got me in, and now I fucking love it. Like, it's one of the best shooters. It's got everything. They've done such a good job, Ubi.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, the whole experience on Siege has been great, and I'm almost pro now. That's not true. But,
Are you getting good now? Is your skill getting up there?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, from playing Warzone has made me a lot more confident in Siege because, I can get into those really hectic firefights and I don't get too nervous. My mouse is more controlled, and I love it. And I love that I don't suck at it now. Because I for a long time I was terrible. I didn't know what streaming
terrible
was.
As in 0-7 every game, or what?
Oh, mate, no, because the team will carry. The team will always carry it through. But but I wasn't contributing much, and I got started because in COVID, people who followed me on TikTok, they kept asking do you stream? Do you stream?
Yeah.
Why don't you stream? I'm like, what's streaming? I didn't know what it was.
No, you did not.
I swear. I swear.
Oh my goodness! And look at you
And
now, man.
Yeah, I know. And they'll say, well, you play games and we'll watch you and we'll give you money. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Why would you want to watch me play games? And they're like, we love it. Like, come on. They're like, no, please do it. And so I went down to Telstra store, bought an Xbox because it was the only place that had them, and started playing it. And I'd get my phone. Where's my phone? And I had like this little thing that I do, like a little mini tripod that I do my auditions on.
Yep.
And I would point it at me on the couch, and then point it at the television screen.
No, you would not. Watch me.
Yeah, first stream.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, Tim and I were shooting a short film. I think we played Arkham Knights or something, Batman. We had 100 people watching us on TikTok, and giving me pieces of fruit and like cowboys on horses. I don't really know how TikTok works, but I finished the stream and man. I just got given $100 worth of fruit. I don't know, it was wild. And now, like, oh my God, I've got neon lights in the background, and I love it. It's so cool.
Dude, you've got a nice setup now. You got a Secret Lab chair. You got the mic holder. You got some nice Secret lighting. Lab.
They gave me this. I got the lights. Russian Badger. He had these lights. I go, what are those lights? They look amazing. And he goes, these are the nano leaves. And so I went, well, if he does it, I'm doing it. So I went and got some, and I love them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't put my glow. I've got these 2 glowy balls that I usually light up and put in the background.
I've got these to set up.
Oh, dude.
So there you go.
They're the best. Yeah. They're the best.
Thanks to Nanoleaf for that.
Oh, mate. Yeah, they're so great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super fun. I love gaming, and it's a great way to sort of, interact with an audience and stay present, because between acting jobs, you can have a couple of months without work, and I usually keep myself very busy, but I think being able to constantly interact with an audience for me is incredibly rewarding. The people who come to my stream are amazing.
When I stopped in the other day, you were just a natural, which, I mean, being an actor, I'm sure it comes naturally to do that anyway. But
yeah, I mean, it's taken a little bit of practice, to like not get caught up in it, because people can be crazy. Sometimes you get like lunatics will come into your stream and say really weird things.
Yeah.
And for me, like learning how to use OBS and delete comments, and it takes time to find some good mods. And but now I feel like I've got it down. I can fix most issues.
I just don't answer. I just pretend I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Get really involved in the game all of a sudden,
Yeah. Ashley, cheese sticks with lamingtons, perfect.
Yeah, I eat a lot of cheese sticks.
Really?
On stream, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I'll stick them up my nose. If people gift enough subs, I'm like, I like to encourage them and get them all hyped up, and then they get me hyped up. And I've been known to end up with cheese sticks coming out of my ears, up my nostrils.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. You can actually, I don't know if you know this, but you can get one end of a cheese stick up one nostril and then completely hook it around and get the other one up the other nostril.
No, you can't. You cannot.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
you can't. If I had any cheese sticks, I swear, if I had any cheese sticks, I'd do it now, but I ate them all. I've got to go to Trader Joe's later and buy a pack. But yeah, you look like a moo cow. And even more so because it's cheese. Do you know what I mean? Well, it's kind of cheese. I don't think string cheese is actually cheese. I don't know what it is. I think it's rubber with cheese flavoring sprinkled on the top. But,
Oh, far out. That's brilliant. No, you seem to be loving it. When I stopped in, although you and Chad, who I've had on the show, Chad Michael Collins, who plays Alex in Modern Warfare, you two were, there was a little bit of struggle street on Warzone there for a little bit when I was watching.
Well, the thing about Chad is Chad says that he's crap at Warzone, and it's just not true. He's really good, but he's so modest and humble that he's like, no, I'm not very good. Well, the whole chat's watching him going,
and he's dropping a few kills every year.
Oh, he's dropping kills. He's running into the gas with his gas mask on and forcing other people out. And then if they do get him, he wriggles out deep into the smoke so no one can get his cash. Man, he's got strats. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he went out. He went through the gas, got you, came back out. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
He brought me back. He brought me back quite a few times. Yeah. Yeah. I'll try and play with good people so that I can get dubs because I can't get them on my own.
So what are you going to stream in the next few weeks? Are you going to finish the campaign, do a bit more Warzone, play the new Warzone map?
Yeah.
Are you going to be in that, or you can't say?
I don't know. Honestly,
I'm going to say that you are going to be in it, but
I hope so. But I don't know.
Because you're in the mobile. You're in the mobile, so
I am in the mobile version. Mobile version. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I started playing that the other day on the toilet. It was great, super fun. But I thought I was really good. I got 27 kills, and I posted a video about it. And everyone on Twitter's like, "Should we tell him?" And I'm like, "Tell me what?" And they're like, but then I cottoned on. And I go, "Hang on, let me answer that. Yeah. Am I playing robots?" And
yeah,
you're playing bots, you
that's all right. 27 is not bad.
27's still pretty good.
Come on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Especially like my thumbs aren't as, nubile as they used to be.
You should see some of these guys on the iPad playing these games, these mobile games. It's insane, the skill that they have.
Yeah. It's fun. I really like it. The graphics is amazing. Yeah. But I'll finish the campaign. I've just played. I streamed a couple of horror games. I played what was it? What's it called? It's got Huggy Wuggy in it. Do you know that one? This big blue freakish monster that's like a soft toy that's gone crazy and tries to eat your face off.
It's not Five Nights at Freddy's, is it?
No, apparently I got to play that.
Yeah.
No, this is Huggy Wuggy.
Huggy Wuggy.
Someone in chat will know what it's called. I'm just having a mental blank. And then the other one I played was Night at the Mortuary.
Poppy Playtime.
Poppy Playtime. Yeah. So I did a couple of like Halloween scary ones, and then I played the Mortuary Assistant, mate. And because they get me into it, the people in the stream will get me all hyped up, and then I get they're terrifying, and there's ghosts, and then you feel like they're gonna gobble you up. And so I think I want to play more of those. I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's, and everyone's saying I got to play that one. So
well, I know which one you got to play. Outlast.
Someone said Outlast too. Okay, I'll play that.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm down with it. Is it scary?
That's the scariest game I've played ever.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. One of.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Is it like a campaign?
Yeah, it's a short little 4 or 5 hour campaign, first person. You're going into this haunted asylum, and then good luck.
Oh, bro. Oh, you know what? I'm going to download it.
Seriously, man, you'll love it. You'll love it. It's a lot of fun.
I think it's good content,
Oh, yeah.
And the one thing that I need to work on from watching my, I got editors who cut my stuff into YouTube videos and stuff. And one thing I'm noticing is like I've got to try and control my swearing because I swear like a sailor. But worse. So
you're going all right. I haven't heard you swear in this.
I'm doing really good.
Are you holding it back? Are you?
Well, yeah, I really am. I'm picking my moments. I can almost remember every swear word that I've said throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, when I watched the Mortuary Assistant video that the editors cut, every second word was fuck because I was terrified. But then on top of that, then there was extra fucks in there.
Oh, the poor editors.
Sometimes that was all I would say, 5 words saying the word fuck, that I'd somehow would say it in a different way and they'd construct a sentence out of me saying that same word 5 times. Makes no sense. So I'm conscious of that. So I think, over time I need to work on that. But I read a study, apparently if you swear, you're more honest, and I'm a pretty honest person. So I take that as a compliment anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Outlast, and then Resident Evil Village is a good one too. That came out this year.
I finished it.
You finished it? Oh, what did you think?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It was that weird baby slug thing. You know that one?
Creepy. Yeah.
Dude, that was creepy. But I finished the whole thing, and I was really proud of myself because I think I'm getting back. Because when I was a kid, I gamed all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I gamed pretty much before anyone. I was playing Pong on a Megalovox or whatever they were called. Boop, 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 and you had to wire these machines into the back of your TV. When I was 4, Dad got me into that.
That's old school, yeah.
So I'm bringing it back. You know, I'm becoming a gamer again, and
good on you.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important. You know, it's good for the reflexes. Not so good for the nerves sometimes, but good for the reflexes. Yeah. Good when everything turns digital.
Yeah. Could we get Martin to say one of the multiplayer lines live, if that's possible, Dan? You look like a 24-carat dickhead.
Oh, I got to plug my PC in. Oh, mate, you look like a 24-carat dickhead. I just got to plug my power in.
There is a new game coming out called Choo Choo Cherry, where you hunted in a train by a spider train that looks like Thomas the Tank Engine on meth. Jesus, that sounds creepy.
Sounds terrifying. I think I just fixed it. That does sound terrifying. Choo choo. Oh gosh, hang on. Just trying to. I had to unplug the. I had to unplug the power supply to the.
Have you got a big rig computer, or?
No, I need one. I need a big rig. I've got a MSI, a GE66 Raider, and it's great. They very kindly have allowed me to use it for the last year, and it's just awesome. Especially if I travel, if I'm going back to Australia and I want to stream there, it's great to have that. But I do want to get a big rig just because I really love like colors and flashing lights, and you know. That's what everyone's got, all the big boys. So I want both.
Put the money in, man. It'll be worth it, I'm telling you.
So what's the main difference between the big rigs and the little ones? It just means you got more juice. You can close a game down, open another game up, and it's not going to be struggling.
Well, I got mine for 2 reasons. Not just gaming, but editing, because I do heavy editing with a lot of 4K footage. So I needed the processing and quicker rendering times, that sort of thing. But for gaming, you get better graphics, better frame rates, performance.
I need one. I want to get one.
Once you go there, you can't go back. It's really...
Well, that's what I've been told. Well, if there's any companies out there that want to build me one, feel free to get in touch. Dan will put you in touch with me. I actually just got this bad boy.
Oh, here we go. What's this?
I'm so proud of it.
Here we go. Oh, he's in the Mac world. MacBook Pro.
I've been a Mac boy for a long time, but this is the
is this the new one?
New M1X chip.
And how does it feel?
Oh, it's so glorious because I do a lot of photoshopping and I do editing as well. And
you notice a difference with that M1 chip?
60. So I've got another Mac here, an iMac, a big bad boy, which I'm actually selling on eBay at the moment. But I put 40 gig of RAM in that, and that thing's a beast. This has got 64. And I don't like to edit vertically. I always like to be horizontal on the couch with a movie on in the background.
Hold on, what do you mean?
I'm sitting at a desk now, right?
Yeah.
My gaming desk, and I could edit here, and I can't stand it. I want to be laying down with like.
Oh, you're crazy.
I got Stumpy on one arm, Tigger under the other. I got a movie on in the background, my feet up, just the perfect kind of angles, and then a little laptop on my lap. It's glorious, and that's how I like to do it.
That sounds the most uncomfortable thing I've ever.
Oh no,
but also comfortable.
I get all the cushions and pillows in like this perfect zigzag line. It's great. It's great.
What is the story with Stumpy? I did see a little bit. You found this bird. Was that back in Australia?
Yeah. I'll get him just for this. Do you mind? I'll get him for this conversation.
Get him, please do. I need to know about this Stumpy. Jaden, Jordan, Hamp, Anime.
So when I was back in Australia, I went back there right before COVID hit, and the day I was supposed to fly back to the States last year, 2020, all flights were grounded. Qantas cancelled all flights. And so I got stranded there, and I have a place back in Australia. So I went and I stayed there for 10 months, and it was quite wonderful because I got to spend a lot of time with my dad. But then the lockdowns started happening. They weren't much fun for anybody. And you know, at the time we weren't supposed to go more than 5 kilometers from our house. So my coffee shop, was 6 kilometers away. And if I go into one direction, I'm in a good area, like a great area, my 6-minute one, or I could go like 5 minutes and it wasn't a very good area. And so I'd go in the good area and I go and I get my coffee, and I figured like I could talk my way out of 1 kilometer over.
Oh yeah.
But then I'd go down to the beach to drink my coffee because, you're not supposed to leave your house. It was crazy. Full lockdown everywhere. And I'd go down to the beach. I'd sip on my coffee. And then, there's seagulls down there. And they were little bastards. They were squawking and but then this one seagull called Stumpy, he's glorious, but he only had one leg. He'd land on
you've actually got the toy.
I got the toy. He's got a bit of hair stuck on him.
Is that custom made, or did you just cut his leg? I know the answer. I know the answer. Don't have to answer that one.
Look, scissors go a long way in a situation like this. Don't tell anyone.
I don't know why I even thought it was custom made. What an idiot.
Right. That being said, I'm actually getting some. I've just started talking to a manufacturer who are going to start making me custom Stumpies.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna put them up on my.
I'll be the first to buy one. All right.
Yeah, and people can buy them. They'll be very reasonably priced at a low price of $19.99. Yeah, $99. Yeah. But anyway, so this bird started landing on the bonnet of my car, and he only had one leg, and he was getting bullied by all the other seagulls, and they'd all be like squawking at me and looking for food, and they were just rude and disrespectful. I didn't care for them much, but this Stumpy, he'd land on the hood of the car, and he'd just chill. He's never pushy. He's just really polite, well-mannered seagull. And it reminded me of me when I was younger. I was in primary school getting bullied, by all the bigger kids. I was a little short, chubby redhead with freckles and bad teeth. And, I was a bit of a target. And so I could relate to Stumpy. But he was just so polite and well-mannered. And then after about 4 days of him landing on the car, I'm like, he must be a bit hungry. I want to give him some food. And so I opened the door and I got under the seat of the car, and I was driving my dad's old car, and I found this old McDonald's French fry. And I think it had probably been there for at least, Dad hadn't really driven for a year. So I've been there for at least a year.
So it wasn't edible for us.
Well, it probably was. Like, they never really go stale because of whatever McDonald's do. But anyway, so I chucked it to him and he gobbled it up and he loved it.
Oh.
And then I came back the next day and I searched under the seats and there was no chips left. And so the lady next to me, she had a dog, and I asked her for some dog biscuits. And so she gave me some of those. I tried one. They were too salty. So I knew Stumpy, and I gave Stumpy one. He ate it, but he wasn't happy about it. And then the following day I went to, I think it was Brumby's or Baker's Delight, and I bought a freshly baked multi-grain roll. And I would chuck him little bits of the roll, and he'd have to fight off all the other seagulls. And then cut to 6 months later, I started making videos with him, and yeah, you've got your autofocus got done on you. But we got to a point where he would be eating. I'd drive into the car park. If you go back to my old TikTok videos or YouTube videos, it's the whole journey is documented.
I've seen a few, but I haven't seen them all. Yeah.
I would drive into the car park, and he'd be like, I don't know, 300, 400 meters away.
And he recognized your car.
Yeah. He'd be sitting on the post waiting for me. He'd pop up, fly all the way to the entrance of the car park, soar alongside my car, and I'd hang a piece of bread out the window. He'd swoop down, grab it, fly up in the air. I'd park the car, and he'd land on the bonnet, and then I'd feed him bread until he was full. And he had a girlfriend called Longneck. She was beautiful. She had a really long neck. Yeah. And everyone loves Stumpy, and he's glorious. And so anyway, at the Vanguard premiere, downtown Los Angeles, I think it was last week,
He made it.
Yeah, well, I got there and I walked the red carpet with the cast and the crew, and then I'd been inside and I went, oh my God, I forgot Stumpy. And so I sent a driver to go and pick him up.
Oh, you did not.
And I did. And and the car pulled up outside the theater, and he was sitting in the back seat, and I got him out, and I'd said to the paparazzi out the front, I'm like, because they were getting ready to finish up, I said, guys, listen, my bird's coming down,
big star coming. Yeah,
you know, we got to get some photos. Can you stick around for 10 minutes? And they said, oh yeah, sure. So then I get out of the car with this seagull, and one of the girls looks at me and she goes, hang on, I'm really confused. You said your bird's coming? I'm like, yeah, Stumpy, but he's only got one leg. She's like,
you're fucked,
you're off your head, but yeah, you're off your fucking head. But he's just become like, I don't know, like, I guess a mascot is synonymous with me now. So Stumpy's
what a
here to
story.
stay.
What a story. When's the last time you seen him?
Oh, mate, it's been a while. February. I miss him. I want to get back and see him. But people send me pictures. You know, there were people who I'd met when I was drinking my coffee, and they'd see me feeding him every day, and, you know, made friends. And so they go down and check on him, and he's still waiting for me.
Oh, yeah. That's terrible. That sounds sad.
Well, it is. It's like Puff the Magic Dragon, you know. He's really, I think he's a bit dark with me, but we'll be reunited soon, and it's going to be glorious.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. There you go. Yeah. Stumpy merch is coming soon, hey?
No, Stumpy merch is here.
Oh, it's here?
Oh, yeah, okay. Mate, I've been making a killing off Stumpy.
Okay. Does he get any residuals, this poor guy?
Free bread rolls for a year.
He's going to come down suing you soon.
Dude, you got to be careful. One of the most highly publicized legal battles in the history of Australia.
Oh, mate. I'll give you a couple more because I know you're a very busy man, and we do appreciate your time.
Mate, I'm here for the people.
I want to know, because this character was it based off Charles
Upham? Inspired.
He was
the character was, you know, I think they drew inspiration from a lot of the, you know, Commonwealth soldiers, and he was definitely one of the people that was referenced. The Rats of Tobruk.
Was he? He was New Zealander.
He was New Zealander. Yeah. So, you know, the character, from my understanding, is it's a tribute to the Commonwealth soldiers, and particularly the Rats of Tobruk. But I know he was also a big inspiration. And yeah, I was actually talking to a really good friend of mine the other day, and his dad is a doctor, and one of his dad's patients was one of the Rats of Tobruk. So I actually really want to sit down and have a chat with him, and you know, hear more stories about what it was like. You know,
this is an interesting question for you. What if you could meet Charles? What would be the one question you asked him?
It's a tough one. I've never really kind of thought like that, but it's probably a really good for anyone that you want to meet. It's probably a really good thing to have in your back pocket, like your one question. But I don't know.
You'd probably have a 5-hour chat.
I think so. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I do with most people. You know?
Yeah. What are some of your inspirations in the business at the moment? In the not the gaming landscape, but in the TV and film. Like, who do you?
That's a good question. That one.
Is it someone like Joel Edgerton?
100%. Yeah. I love Joel's career path. I kind of would put him in a similar category. You know, and some of these people have had controversies in the past, so it's got nothing to do with that. It's about their
career,
their career and their prowess in the filmmaking business. But people like Clint Eastwood, you know, he writes and directs a ton of his own stuff. Sylvester Stallone, Woody Allen, Mel Gibson, you know, people who they do it all. You know, they write, produce, direct, act. That's kind of what I want to continue doing. You know, that's what I did with the Dunes, and I've been making short films, and I've been a producer on feature films over the, you know, past sort of 10 years. And I've always found solely being an actor is a very challenging road to walk. You know, no matter how talented you are, you're always to some extent reliant on other people to give you work, unless you're creating your own content, you know. And I just love, it was one of the most amazing things with the Dunes is, you know, a community of people helped finance it on Kickstarter, and I managed to, you know, have enough resources to generate my own work that I could do performance in, which is what I love, you know, while practicing these other disciplines. And you know, that's why I'm inspired by people like, you know, I just think just in particular Stallone and pardon me, the chocolate went down the wrong way, and Clint Eastwood, you know.
Clint Eastwood is an inspiration because he must be nearing 90 or well into his 90s. I don't know, and he's still directing and acting, and like that's actually unreal.
He's still going, he's still going strong, and I think there's something in that. You know, I think we're living in an age where it's not a stretch to, you know, and I'm really starting to admire a lot of content creators. You know, YouTubers and what have you, like yourself. We've got all the tools to do whatever we want now. It's just, you know, how much determination and ambition do you have? And I mean, I even love making YouTube content now, you know, and you got a computer, you got a phone, you got a microphone, you're good to go. You can do anything. You shoot a feature film. You know, a director I know, Sean, made a film a few years ago called Tangerine, which was shot in Los Angeles on iPhone 5s, and it ended up at Sundance, and it's an amazing film. And it's really doable, you know. That competed on a world stage. So yeah, and I like, you know, and that's why seeing people like Stallone who find a market for themselves and then keep reinventing it, you know. I mean, he's in his 70s.
He's an inspiration, you know? Too. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
They're
kind of mine.
Yeah. Have you ever met anyone like Joel Edgerton or any of those Aussie guys along your way?
Yeah, I know Joel.
Yeah.
We're not close friends, but I've met him numerous times. He's a really, really lovely guy.
Yeah.
I think when you move over to LA, you know, if you're somewhat social, you'll end up at parties with, you know, most of the people who kick around here. And
in terms of the Aussie guys, or just in general?
Aussies,
yeah,
particularly Aussies. There's a pretty tight community of Aussies over here. It's gone a bit all over the place since COVID hit.
Yeah.
You know, but Joel, he's always been. Every time I've spoken to him, he's really lovely and just a cool guy.
Yeah. I particularly say him because I'm a big fan of his as well. Some of his films, and I know he went into directing with The Gift and a couple of other films. So,
well, that was a huge
I just thought it was similar path as you. Yeah.
But with The Thriller, that was one of the films that was a massive inspiration for me. You know, sort of condensed thriller.
Yeah. I could see that.
And when you think about it, you'll see the similarities.
No. You know. Yeah. No, that's amazing. Are you going to do any more games, you think? Are you going to keep pushing down that road?
I mean, look, I would absolutely love to. It was never something that I was focused on. You know, I was so focused on film in particular. I moved to LA and I'd meet with, you know, agents and casting directors, and they're like, you know, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to be a movie star. They're like, we want you in television. I'd say, why? I say, because there's money in television. And like, unless you're doing blockbuster films, we're not going to make any money. I'm like, oh. So, you know, it took me a while to wrap my head around that. But, you know, I think now TV is it's just a whole nother juggernaut that competes on we've got gigantic TVs with full surround sound and sound bars, and it's a completely immersive experience. And I think it's obviously much more practical to watch. I think with people's attention spans the way they are, and phones and distractions everywhere, it's a lot more tangible to watch TV at home. And with things like, you know, Breaking Bad and some of my favorites, Dexter, Game of Thrones. It's, you know, it's just as valid to me now as film is. And I really love TV. And then I've kind of fell into gaming through the voiceover work that I've been doing since I finished drama school 20 years ago. And as you can tell, I've just completely fallen in love with it. And I think I'm on my 4th game now.
That we don't know
5th.
about, I'm guessing.
5th. There's one that I can't talk about. And then I built my own game through COVID. I built this little
that's
2D
right.
platform game called Noodle Juice and the Legend of Diddly Dee. And that's been an amazing experience. It's nearly finished. I've been saying that for 6 months, but it really is. And that was cool to go, all right, let's, I make films, might as well try and make a video game. It's hilarious. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
Did you develop it or anything, or were you just?
Yeah, I came up with the story. I sourced the
coder.
The coder. I sourced all of the artwork. I did all the voices for all the different characters. I sourced the musicians. You got
to try and get this on PlayStation somehow.
Yeah,
Xbox store.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't know how that works, but
it's definitely going to be on Steam. It's definitely going to be on iOS. I don't know if you need special licensing for PlayStation or Xbox. I'll be looking into it. I'll have it everywhere. I'd love to just
seriously,
get it out to the world. But it's super fun and But in terms of working on other sort of tentpole games and gaming franchises and what have you, I'm super passionate about it, and it's not as easy as just saying I'll do them all. You got to have the right character. And
I was going to say, like,
you got to book the job.
If if someone let's just say Rockstar Games, GTA, they said we want you as a lead, right? But it's going to take 5 to 6 years. Is that something you would do, or would you? Because that's a long time. Do you know what I mean? That's a long commitment.
I think if the job was right, 100%. I think where I'd like to think I position myself really well is the fact that I'm a filmmaker. And so throughout that time, I can make other content. I can make my own films, and as long as it doesn't affect those jobs.
I know what you mean.
Whereas, I could, for example, I couldn't, if I was on a contract with a gaming company for a particular game for a few years, I wouldn't be able to take any other jobs if there was any chance that they'd get in the way of scheduling or what have you. So that's one of the freedoms I feel like I bought myself, is that I could go on contract for a long period of time, and in my off, because I work like a horse, I don't stop.
I can tell.
I can make films in my spare time on my weekends. I can shoot a feature film. And
you struck me like, I got a feeling you're like me, where you work every day. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, I really don't stop. I mean, I consider,
just because you love it, like me. Yeah,
just love it. I love it. I love the interaction. I mean, even streaming's become a big part of it. I love that interacting with an audience, and any spare time that I've got, I'm either at the gym. Social occasions have become something where, if they're not really meaningful with people that I really want to spend time with, they don't happen anymore. I used to be incredibly social.
When did that happen? How long ago did you start? COVID?
Really in the last, just before COVID, probably 6 months before, maybe a year before COVID hit. I think, maybe it's getting into my 40s and prioritizing. I lost my mum a few years ago, and, I think you start to look at your mortality, and I had that thought, like, when I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and I don't want to be thinking, shit, I didn't do that because I was out, hanging out with people who didn't care about me, or that I didn't, they were friendships of convenience or what have you. And it's been a challenging thing, to be honest. Like, you spend a lot more time by yourself, but now I've got that freedom to put that into work, things that I really care about and that hopefully can positively affect people, and it's been really rewarding. And then the friendships that I've kept have been just the most wonderful people. I think anyone knows that if they're a friend of mine, I think very, very highly of them.
Well, I think we've just become friends in the last
Mate,
hour, man.
100%. I think we were even before we started this
friends,
chat.
yeah.
Let's be
Come
honest.
on. Come on.
Soulmates. We're kindred spirits, mate. That's a line that needs to go in a game. We're bloody kindred spirits, mate.
Well, we had what was it? Don't fuck with spiders. That was in the game. I couldn't believe hearing that. There were some classics in there.
It's been in a couple of them.
Yeah.
I'm not here to fuck spiders. I mean, people love that one.
Yeah,
People
why do they love that one? There's something about it they just love. Yeah.
I think, to anyone that's not Australian, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
And to an Aussie, it makes perfect sense. Well, I'm not here to fuck around. Actually, I had those t-shirts made as well. I love it. I just love it. I love it. It's so fun.
That's amazing, man. I hope to see you in more games, man. I really do.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I'll keep liaising with the right people, and I think if the right jobs come along, I'd love to delve into another one.
And I wouldn't mind seeing you in a big TV series as well. I could see that happening.
I mean, I think it really is one of those things where, as I mentioned, I've gone through a big personal transition and transformation, and the same thing sort of happening career-wise. Whereas if I'm passionate about, I used to just do any job. I think that's what happens as a young actor. You really need to build your resume. You need to get experience. You need to, keep working that muscle. And I've been doing it a long, long time now, and I've finally in the last couple of years got to a point where if I'm not passionate about a job, I won't do it. And it's been a very surreal feeling for me turning down. I've turned down a couple of pilots last year that I just wasn't interested in, which I never ever thought that I would do. I've lived in that space for so long. Where you're just scrambling and you're desperate for work, and I think a lot of it, was to do with making the dunes and being more in control of my career. I don't feel desperation anymore. I want to do quality work, and if it's not something I believe in, I don't want to be involved in it.
Do you think Call of Duty's your biggest role yet in your career?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My image was on Times Square.
Oh man, I got to ask you, what's that? How does that feel?
It's weird. It doesn't feel any different, but
really,
well, I didn't see it in person. Like people would send me pictures of it, but it's it's Times Square. Like I'm not going to bullshit you and say, oh yeah, whatever. I don't care.
It's literally
I'm not going on. I'm only little on the poster, but it's like you're up there. I was driving down the 405 yesterday, coming back from Marina Del Rey, and I hadn't really seen any posters here except at the premiere.
Yeah.
There's a whole building with Call of Duty things. So it's a huge, it's a juggernaut of a franchise. It's in my opinion, it's a tremendous game. It was a really, substantial role. And yeah, it's great. And I think it's probably the biggest, it's felt like probably the biggest career achievement other than making the dunes,
Yeah, I was going to say that's a pivotal point, just because you just directed it, a whole feature. I mean, that's crazy, but
yeah, and just really quickly, I mean, that's not to take away from the other work that I've done, but in terms of scale and my involvement in something of this size, yeah, absolutely.
So I just quickly, one more. There's a bit of spoilers here, guys. So just a warning. Ready? Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Towards the end of the game,
yep.
To me, it hinted that there could be a future to this franchise. We've seen Black Ops have multiple renditions, Modern Warfare, and it seems like maybe Vanguard is going to have possibly a sequel or two down the line. You're not going to, even if you knew, you wouldn't tell me. But I just want to know, what where would you like to see them go? And you'd be down, I'm guessing. You'd be in 100% or what?
Mate, DTF. You know? No, I mean DTW. Down to whatever. I messed that up. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, look, you know, it really goes back to what I said before. Like, if you know, quality content comes my way, and you know, both parties are down to whatever, you know, I'm super open to it, 100%. You know, I mean, I had such a good experience. There's, you know, I'd be hard pressed to not want to do it. You know what I mean? If something like that ever came up again. Yeah,
maybe even Lucas Riggs' own game.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, but
how good would that be?
Every job I do, I always fantasize about a spin-off with me being the main character. And you can ask anyone that works with me. I don't shut up about that sort of thing.
You got to hustle, man.
I like to see the look on people's faces when I'm like, you know, they should do a spin-off just of my character because we all know that he's the best character. You ask Derek Phillips, who plays Wade, I don't stop. I just add him all the time with that sort of thing. And he's like, he loves it, but it drives him crazy.
Well, you never know. Like, for Ubisoft, you never know what they're going to do with those Rainbow Six characters. I reckon Mozzie will come back in some other game. I'm telling you.
Who knows? You know, all I can do is, you know, and I think that it's the advantage of working with companies that you really respect and with content that you relate to.
Yeah,
is you're going to make yourself open to the possibilities that might arise, and I'm definitely open to, you know, any potential jobs in any, you know, with any production company that come up.
As long as it's quality writing, quality people.
Exactly. So would I like to work with them again? You know, any of the people I've worked with? Absolutely. Love to.
Yeah.
Not even a question.
It's been a pleasure to have you on. I look forward to meeting you in person at the premiere or Comic-Con, whenever you're down.
Absolutely. You going to be at Comic-Con?
I'll have to now, if you're coming.
I think you have to. Yeah. Mate, come and I'll try and have a little Stumpy waiting for you. Yeah, no, that'd be great. That'd be great. We'll definitely catch up when I'm back in Australia.
Mate, it's been a pleasure. I hope you have a... Is there anything you want to say quickly to the fans that are watching on replay?
Sincerely to everyone who's sort of followed and supported my career over the past couple of years, thank you. It's, you know, I've been at this a long time, and without an audience that supports the work that we do, we're kind of, you know, we're dead in the water. So I'm super grateful to everyone who sends me messages on Instagram and Twitter and who, you know, likes the posts, because I try and stay active on social media, you know, to everyone who sort of likes the posts that I put out and says kind comments and just interacts in general, and, you know, shares my work. I'm super grateful to you all. And if you haven't played Vanguard, please go and check it out. I personally adore it.
You're not biased.
No, I'm not biased at all. And, you know, get on Twitter and tell everyone how Lucas Riggs is the most glorious character that's doing the rounds right now.
And we want to see more of him. He's the best Call of Duty character in history.
Oh, of all time.
Sorry,
Chad. Just get out there, try the game, have fun. And guys, thank you to everyone who's sort of supported me on the journey. And I hope to bring you lots of fresh, exciting content in the future.
And if you want a line read from Martin, you can go to his Cameo, which you do stuff over there, for Lucas or Mozzie or whoever. You can get
any characters, or if you just want me to say g'day,
or as yourself,
or as myself. All my socials are at Martin Copping. There's a link tree on there that links to everything else. The beauty of Linktree. This is not a paid
Thank
ad.
you. An actor that knows Linktree. Thank you.
Oh, mate. Yeah, absolutely.
You are one of the good ones.
It's honestly been an absolute savior. But yeah, if you go to any of my socials, you'll be able to find it, and feel free to come to Cameo and
And when are you streaming next?
Mate, I got to be honest. I'm pretty tempted to fire up the old PC right now. I'll probably give it a little while, but
Get on
I might
tonight.
stream.
Yeah.
I might stream tonight. Yeah, I got a
All
little
right.
bit of cleaning up and stuff to do, but we'll see. I'll put out a tweet. If I do, I'll put out a tweet. So
Beautiful.
at Martin Copping on Twitter.
And follow you, yeah, YouTube, Twitch, all the
YouTube,
good places.
Twitch,
You're everywhere.
all the good places. I'm on everything. Yeah. So
love it, man.
there we go.
Before I let you go, is there anything Lucas can say to Dan as we wrap this one up? What does he have to say to Dan?
Mate, if there's one thing you're not, it's a 24-karat dickhead.
Thank you, mate. Oh shit, I appreciate it, man. We'll link up off air, but it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on, you, man.
No, it sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to meet up in person when I'm back in Melbourne.
Thanks for taking the time, man. Say bye, guys.
See you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, or if you're watching the VOD, just press rewind. Watch it again. Why not? It'll get his algorithm up.
Thanks, mate. Take care, mate.
All right. You got it. Take it easy.
And there you have it, guys. Martin Copping from Call of Duty Vanguard, Lucas Riggs, Anime Boy Kisma, Daniel, Chad, Winter, Jordan. All of you are absolute fucking legends. But guys, it's time for some news with Alan Daniels. I don't know if you know, but he's my news correspondent. He looks very much like me. His name is Alan Daniels. Obviously, my name is Dan Allen. His name is Alan Daniels. So let's go over to Alan Daniels and check in with the news, shall we? Alan? Where are you? Alan, are you there? Alan Daniels? Alan? Guys, is my mic on? Welcome back, everybody, to Breaking News with Alan Daniels. I'm your host, Alan Daniels. Let's get right into the news. Excuse me, editor? Yeah. What's going on? Thank you. Our first story. Call of Duty Vanguard is getting a new map in the form of shipment. You'll be seeing this map drop November 17th, and it'll be an easy way for you to level up your weapons and get absolutely fucked. Next story is the new Call of Duty hacking system that is going to prevent hackers is called Ricochet. This is the fucking wrestler. It's called Ricochet. Ignore the fucking message. Ignore the photo here. It's called Ricochet, and it's coming very, very soon. This fucking editor. And our final story. You've got the fucking graphic. Sorry, I'm just a bit. Okay, our final story. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, is currently 0.1 Metacritic user score. People are not happy with the glitches and bugs in this game. Some calling it the worst since Cyberpunk 2077. Still not as many glitches as this production. Okay, guys, let's check in with our weatherman, Jeremy Longbottom. Jeremy, are you there?
Wow, Alan, I'm in 1945 on the battlefield, and let me tell you, the weather is the least of my worries right now. But what I can tell you this, Alan, is wet conditions are coming to an end that expect their return later on in the evening. Also, Alan, I must add, a few soldiers came up to me and started accusing me and interrogating me, calling me a hacker, Alan. I can see through walls when I get my little pistol out, it aims at their head, but that doesn't mean I'm a hacker, okay? It just means I'm good, okay, Alan?
That sounds like you're a hacker. You're a piece of shit, Jeremy. Please, turn off the hacks.
Yeah, well, Alan, there's a big storm coming in, hit the region later tonight, so stay safe, stay indoors, and enjoy the rest of your night tonight, everyone.
That's Jeremy Longbottom, everybody. He's a hacker. We need to really get him far. Anyway, guys, also, why don't we kick it over to Gary, the Zen Guru. Gary, are you there?
Thanks, Alan. I know a lot of people get confused when they find out that I play Call of Duty. They're like, what? You're the most relaxed person I know. And I'm sorry, this is like the 12th take, and I thought I had it down pat. I'm just not used to this.
This is a joke, surely. Can we get some fucking talent around here?
Okay. Thanks, Alan. I'm so
Oh, seriously, this is a joke. Gary, you're live on air. Gary.
Thanks, Alan. I can't wait to play Call of Duty this year. It's just going to be incredible, and can we leave it there, please? Please, can we cut it there, please? I'm begging you, please, can we cut
this fucking show? Thanks for watching Breaking News with Alan Daniels. Fucking, for fuck's sake. Oh man, the editor needs to be shot this episode. Wow, the editor needs to be shot. The production quality of this show has gone down the dumpster. Fuck. Oh man, it's been fun though, guys. It's been fun. You like the trailer, Kisma? I appreciate that. He is alive. Sick outro, man. Thanks, Duke. Editor needs to be fired. Oh, man. The production value over there of breaking news. I mean, it's gone to shit. So hopefully next time we see them, things are looking up, because that was absolutely terrible. All right, guys. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Make sure you slap a like on the video, become a member of the channel, and I will see you for the live stream with Arthur Kingsley and Wade Jackson, Derek and Chike, and we're going to have a bit of fun. And anyone else you want to see? I'm thinking Halo's coming out. I'm thinking Steve Downs. Master Chief, Spartan 1. what is it? Spartan 141. Anyway, good night, y'all. Have a great day. Stay frosty, and I'll see you later. Have a great day.